Let's head straight to the capital market now. The NGX all-share index closed on a negative note amid sell-offs and buy interest as the benchmark all-share index depreciated by 29 basis points at the close of Monday's market, dropping the index by 0.29% to 52,944 points, reflecting a decline there. A previous trading day, a year-to-date return to 23.94%. Similarly, the market capitalization, however, grew by 82.22 billion naira. At the close of the market on Monday, the 16th of May, the stock exchange market value currently stands at 28.54 trillion at the end of the trading session. The market breadth, however, closed positive as MC Nichols led 27 gainers and 20 losers, topped by Champion at the end of the session. The stock market has advanced more than 10,000 points since the start of the year. Market sentiment trend towards the bears, with the market differential favoring the advances as 27 gainers surpassed 20 losers. Let's bring in our guest analyst now, Mr. Ambrose Omodion, Chief Research Officer, Investor Consulting Limited. He joins us via the telephone now. Thank you for your time, Mr. Ambrose.
Thank you for having me.
Now, are we beginning to see, or is the market beginning to witness the correction that has been expected in the market, given the performance of the stock market at the close of Monday?
Yeah, actually, we saw a pullback, like you just said, and yesterday I told you that the market has come what we call triple top. It's a sign of correction or pullback, and the market also remaining at the distribution fees. Tell you that market either looking for a trigger to break out this level or adjust down to create opportunity for new entrants. But the good thing is that the inflation figure that came yesterday for the market, if going by the figure we just saw yesterday that has released by both statistics, the inflation kind of double for me from the 15.92 to almost 16. It is today about 90 points up. That is huge. If that is what to go by, that means the slowdown we saw yesterday, as of public speaking, might change today or during the week, except for the MPC meeting. Because those investors or traders in the physical market, they will continue what I call portfolio repositioning or sectoral repositioning. Looking at the strength of the earnings in the equity market and the uptick in the inflation. Because what it means that if inflation at the end of April is telling you that we're having about 16.82, it tells you that any moment from now we might see inflation crossing 17. Also that tells you that the negative position of this return of this sector or that market is becoming interesting. On that note, they might try to look for solo kind of balancing and go to equity. But those stocks that has the capacity to pay good dividends and also their earnings are strong, I think that will change the face of the market on the interim. Also, don't forget that next week is also Monday, Tuesday is the MPC meeting. But there's one thing I just observed when I was going through the data for out. As at April last year, 2021, inflation was also around the 18.2. That means even at this April 2022, we're seeing a kind of a decline. Fine. But don't forget that since September 2020, that the MPC pull MPR down to 11.5.
Right.
It's not adjusted it is this. Even when inflation rally up to 18 something, that means for me, these are signs that we're likely not to see a kind of a reversal from MPC meeting either to high interest rates. And also don't forget that what is happening in the global market. If you see what the Bank of Japan did last time, that they are not increasing even their own interest rate despite the global inflation reaching 30 year high, 40 year high in different climates. But they are taking, pushing a stimulus to the economy so that the economy can stabilize. That means It is speculated that most times you look at what is happening in the economy before you increase it. That's why I'm expecting that our budget policy committee meeting on next week, they might not increase it. If that also happens, we'll see more funds entering equity space. These are what I'm expecting. But I believe that market more likely, I told you yesterday, we expect a mixed market this week because of the disinflation figure. Now, analysts and PFAs will be analyzing the outcome of the MPC, where it's going. That also kind of before the end of the week, and also after the MPC meeting, that will be another force that will prepare the market for either for a correction or a breakout
right.
of this 53,100 mark.
Does this also apply to some of the investor sentiment, negative sentiment we are seeing for some of the stocks yesterday? Let me give you some of those stocks. Stocks like Champion, GlaxoSmithKline, International Bearish, and Nament, WAPCO also were in the red yesterday. For instance, Champions lost about 3.94 kobo to close at I beg your pardon, 4 kobo rather, to close at 3.94 kobo at the close of Monday. Does this also apply? Looking at the inflation figure that was released yesterday. Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was asking you that the market witness, some stock witness were in the red yesterday. For instance, Champions, GlaxoSmithKline, International Brewery, Nament, and WAPCO all lost yesterday. For instance, Champions lost about 43 kobo, while GlaxoSmithKline lost about 75 kobo at the close of yesterday. Nament also is in the red as well. And I was asking you that, does the inflation figure that was released in the market also play a part or a role in some of the negative sentiment we are seeing in these stocks?
Yeah, actually, there was a kind of a coincidence between the decline we saw yesterday and the inflation that came yesterday. But I'll tell you that for the stock that you mentioned, those are purely profit taking, because these stocks you mentioned have rallied for weeks. Investors or traders in those stocks are bound to want to take profit. Like I always say that profit taking is part of what the market dynamics. That means when you set a target and it's achieved, nothing stops you from taking a profit. And when profit taking is in the market, prices are bound to pull back. But like I just said, with the inflation figure that I just came, that will also change the investment psychology and the state of many investors or traders. So especially those that want to hedge against inflation, because if you keep your money not investing, you are wasting that money. The value is kind of being eroded. But if you come to equity, where there's a movement in the direction with the inflation rate, that tells you that you're already hedging against inflation. I think that might also kind of push some funds to the market. But if you look at the sentiment yesterday, I will tell you it's purely like a sell position, because the market recorded about 76% sell volume and just 24% buy volume. We have more sellers in charge, and that means the market closed down. But I believe that if you look at the market trend too, we saw 26 gainers against 20 losers. You can see that there are some also sectors that recorded improvement. Like if you look at what happened in oil sector and insurance sector, they recorded an uptrend in terms of industrial movement. While others like consumer goods, which has led the market performance for all this while because of the rally in the brewery companies that are now people are not taking profit. That is why down posted a negative position. Industrial was negative because of loss in WAPCO yesterday, and a lot of the market has also slowed down. For me, the market is still in order. On the market break down the 51,900 mark, they will not confirm the market has entered on a decline stage. But to speak now, market is still in the distribution stage. Yeah.
Let me ask you, how long do we expect this pullback to last, given the sentiment we are seeing in the market?
No, if the outcome of the FPC meeting, and also as it interprets the outcome of this macroeconomic data, I mean the consumer price index. When investors analyze an outcome of FPC meeting is favorable, there were no interest hike, or there was hike marginally either by 25%. We might see activities in the market still remain attractive. But once market break down, like I said, the 51 something mark, that will now confirm the correction period. But as we speak now, I think market is sitting above the T line, above 20 days moving average, and above 50 days moving. I tell you that funds is in the market and they are buying support. For traders, they have to use the technical analysis very well at this time. The market is in this mode of side trending, and at the same time, correction is underway so that they can protect their fund and also exit position as at when due.
Just before I let you go, Ambrose, I want us to look at, I mean, what the market is doing at the moment. Has it changed position from what we witnessed yesterday? And going forward, what is your major sectors to watch? What are the sectors or stocks to watch going forward this week? Since it's a mixed market week.
Like we just asked, as we speak, the market has gone green. Market is already in green this morning. You know, in less than about an hour, just an hour, like an hour to 45 minutes, the market open. Market is in green. And also for the sectors that that we're likely to look at, I would tell you those sectors that you know that the companies have increased price recently, and even with the price implemented, we can see that they can pass the high cost of their production or activities to their consumers, that will not going to affect their earnings. That is where you will beat your tent now, because those sectors, they can easily pass their high cost, and all those sectors also, they are positive fundamental news that is also influencing their performance. These are the areas that investors should keep their eyes, and also they should not just invest by just watching. They should have technical tools, have goals, at the same time have their stop loss at their fingertips, so that at any time there will not be no kind of trap in any market situation. Especially at this time, we are seeing that the market is on kind of transition stage, so that we avoid the trap.
It's all right. I think we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much, Ambrose Omodion, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting Limited. We appreciate your time on Business Breakfast.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Also watching Business Breakfast, and after the break, when we come back, we'll take you straight to the interbank and looking at the money market, what the activities are today, and of course the sentiment driving that segment of the market since the release of the inflation rate.